My mom always tells me, when I grow up, do something good to the society. And I just stepped back a little bit and I decided that's what you're supposed to do.
Transformation is hard work, and he's thinking differently.
He brings an enthusiasm, a curiosity, a respect, and a wisdom to every conversation that we've had.
My name is Yadi Wang. I'm a first-generation farmer and the lucky one. So first of all, I've never seen a farm until 2015. I had a finance and marketing degree in China before I moved here. When I came to US, I studied my PhD, studied soil and water science. And a lot of people tell me, well, get into something niche that can build up your career from there. Thought, if I'm in a niche, then I want to push the boundary and using the power of that knowledge to resolve the issues we have. In 2016, I met my in-laws. I just fall in love with farming because the mentorship my father-in-law has provided to me, the dedication that he showed me towards the land, towards the family, towards the community. My initial thought of farmers, they are my heroes. November 26, 2016, he passed away. I took it really hard. And that's when I decided I want to be a farmer to continue his legacy. I saw a post my old colleague from the University of Arizona posted, say, Oatman Flats Ranch is looking for a farm manager. And then I checked the location, is holy cow, is 2 hours away from where I live. But how else I can be a farmer? So I just took a chance. I gave a phone call and then say, hi, I want to meet you at the farm. That's how it started. Dax Hansen wanting to make this farm the first regenerative agriculture in the hot and dry environment. That has never been done before. And that is an insane mission for me, probably to everybody, because it sounds unachievable. I see the passion and the fire in his eyes and decided I want to help him to accomplish that mission. The soil in Arizona is not always the case, but at Oatman Flats Ranch particularly, our soil have over 55% clay. That is completely different story than if you're talking to a Midwest farmer or talking to a Northeast farmers. This is a geological legacy left here. There is a way we can restore the ecosystem. We practice cover cropping, roller crimping, and no pesticides, herbicides spray. We're trying to be very gentle to our soil. We're trying to have less equipment running time. And also we use low-till or completely no-till techniques. This is a whole ecosystem approach. Once everything is in place, the cyclical of nature will accelerate the process. That is the simplest goal we have. And long-term wise, what we want to do is making sure the farm itself is part of the greater ecosystem. I know this is not a work that I can do myself alone. I need to find people who are passionate about in this mission, wanted to build a community together.
What isn't Yadi bringing to this project? He is an incredible person. I can't say I've met anybody quite like him. It's my personal ambition to reinvigorate and regenerate community here, and that is what Yadi brings to the table. My name is Derek Dumais. I'm a small construction project manager from Tucson, but I've been calling myself a community developer for the last few years. We got the idea in May of 2021 to close the golf course, the Keno Springs golf course. A sport for the few, and we wanted to do something for everybody. And Jerry Dixon, the owner, and I were saying, well, we'll create an agri-hood. And we didn't really know what an agri-hood was at the time. Yadi was on his own path, creating a network of people trying to do regenerative farming and creating cooperatives in southern Arizona. And we collided through a mutual connection. And ever since our first meeting, it was just a tale of kindred spirits.
By putting regenerative agriculture onto the Keno Spring land is the one element that we can ensure that community in the future would be able to have viable food source, be able to have a healthy ecosystem that hopefully one day we can turn that into an international community in the Sonoran Desert.
Success to us in this Estancia Yerba Buena redevelopment would be allowing the community to use the property freely and to feel at home, and that there's a place for everybody here. It is truly a better use of resources. It's a better way to be stewards. It leaves a better legacy for our future generations, and it's gonna allow farmers to showcase their abilities in this field.
Regenerative agriculture is, in my view, is not a new concept. It is future of the past. It's what our ancestors has already done. The only new part is bringing new technical tools and data-driven decision into this whole mixing piece.
I first met Yadi at a food accelerator that I was running to teach farmers how to create value-added products. And Yadi was our star student, full of ideas.
And then I laugh because you say Yadi's your star student, so that's so Yadi. So I first met him, I was at our state annual Arizona Conservation District conference. He came along, and again, I think we just started emailing and talking about like collaborative projects, like, hey, can we do this?
We feel that farmers and agricultural producers need the capital, technical assistance, and access to land.
There's a lot of funding coming out for USDA that's supposed to be focused on strengthening our local and regional food systems. So we all kind of came in with our specialty, and then we're just like, okay, how can we address all of these challenges?
The financing that we're doing is extremely innovative in this space, but it's not innovative all over. That's kind of the exciting part, is pulling in these tools that have demonstrated success, but applying it in this new way and solving a real issue. What we really see this about is being able to remove the barriers that have traditionally been preventing young, diverse farmers from getting into the space at all.
What we're seeing, especially as we're being more inclusive, we're seeing people enter the space through things that matter to them, like food justice, environmental concerns, land stewardship. So being with Yadi is really exciting because he's part of that first generation. We need to bring younger people into this industry.
It will be an alternative way for future generation farmers to access land and be able to produce those hyper-local produced food for the community.
So when I think of the word legacy, I think of it, we think in terms of like, what are we gonna leave, do I leave them wealth? Do I leave things that belong to me? And to me, I always think, what do we want to leave that we can't live without? So to me, passing on a way of growing food that works with nature and the environment and produces healthy soils is a legacy.
Economic development can often be really focused on the next election cycle, and it's really exciting to be in a space where we're looking at what the next 50 years, the next 100 years will be for economic development, and food is core to that. This is the future and legacy of economic development in Arizona.
So I always identify myself as a first-generation farmer. By training, I'm a seventh-generation farmer because my father-in-law is the sixth generation. One thing I can remember what he said is, if you do it right. Otherwise, don't do it. So I'm in this game, in the agriculture arena. Now that I'm trying to continue his legacy. So I gotta do it right, in the right way, so that our future generations can have a hope, can continue on to carry that legacy for the human race. That's what I believe in.